Obviously, you had 2 goals tonight. Nick Hague added 1. Just how happy are you guys on the back end when you're not only contributing offensively, but leading the way kind of as well?
To no surprise, it's Nick Holden once again trying to stir up crap. Yeah, I mean, obviously coming off the last 2 games, I think we liked a lot of the things that we did, but one of them was, one of the things that we didn't like, obviously, was putting the puck in the back of the net. So as D-men, we just try to get the pucks there, try to create opportunities. Most obviously goalies are the best in the world in this league, and you're usually not going to beat them clean from out at the blue line, but we would just want to get pucks there and create opportunities. And the forwards did a really good job of getting some screens in front, getting in front of their goalies, and that pays dividends. But definitely a nice boost in knowing that when we do the things well that are the right things, that sometimes they go in the back of the net.
Next question tonight comes from Justin Emerson, Las Vegas Sun.
Hey, Alex, Petrangelo. How helpful is it, I guess, when you're kind of on a losing streak at home, you guys aren't scoring too much, to just be able to get on the road and, I guess, not worry about it and kind of give yourself a bit of a reset?
Yeah, I think it's a good. I mean, your matchups are different. I think you tend to roll a little bit more, on the road, kind of get everybody involved. Gives you a little bit of an extra boost, I guess, right? But I felt like we were building pretty good in Minnesota. I think against Minnesota, I felt like we had some good opportunities. Sometimes they all go in, sometimes none of them go in. So I felt like the attitude after that game was, we were disappointed on the result. But I think if you look at some of the opportunities we had, it was just a matter of capitalizing on those, and I think those games could have been a bit different. So tonight, we seemed like we were a little more relaxed in terms of making the plays that we wanted to make, and those resulted in goals. I mean, obviously, it was a topic of conversation going into the game of how to generate a bit more and capitalize on those quality opportunities, and we did that.
Next question for Alex, and Alec goes to Danny Webster, NHL.com.
Hey guys, for either one of you, obviously the talk all year has been about how much of a luxury it is to have 2 elite goalies, but specifically the last 5 starts for Robin. Could either one of you just kind of expand on the boost he's provided since he's come back?
Yeah, it's obviously important. And, we have 2 guys that are playing at the top of their game. I mean, if tonight's a prime example, right? I think we didn't necessarily start the way we wanted to start. Lenny did an unbelievable job keeping us in the game, and we rewarded him. So it's important that your goalies keep you in games when maybe things aren't going the way you want, whether it's the start of the game or the middle of the game. So it's great to see both guys playing, the way they are. I mean, I think as a group, especially, on the back end, it, frees us up a bit and allows us to maybe make some plays that we know we can make when we got a guy like that back there.
Next, we'll go to David Shane, Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hi, for Alec. Pete mentioned to us just almost kind of a challenge that he seemed to issue in terms of you guys getting bodies to the net, getting more greasy goals, getting traffic. Definitely a handful of those goals were, either right there or with screens in front, a lot of traffic. Did you feel like you were able to accomplish that goal tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I think, I kind of touched on it earlier that, I thought that we did a lot of good things against Minnesota the past couple games, but one of those was one thing that we had to improve on was obviously getting to the net and creating opportunities and also defending better in front of our own net. So yeah, Pete challenged us on that. I think it was definitely a focus that guys took going into tonight's game, and fortunately it worked out for us. But the forwards did one heck of a job getting there, and those are the reasons why those were able to go in.
Time for 2 more questions with Alex and Alec. Next, we go to Brian Blessing, Vegas Hockey Hotline.
Hey, Alex, a couple of things real quick. The emotions of going, back home, the video tribute, what was it like playing in the game? And how about getting back in the groove since returning from the injury? Are you feeling better every shift and getting back up to speed?
Yeah, I felt real good. After the first game, I felt like my legs are where they wanted to be last, 2 games here. I felt puck wise, I felt like I was doing what I wanted to do with it. So that part's been good. I think playing with Naber, we only really played a little bit at the beginning and he got hurt and then I got hurt. So I think we found our groove here. I think I was just saying here to Marty, and it's harder before the game. I think the emotions, once you get in the game, you start playing, you kind of push all that aside. So once that video passed and I knew it was coming, which is obviously special, they did, a great job. That was obviously, important for me with my wife and my kids in the stand. It's kind of business as usual and get to the game.
That'll conclude Alex and Alex availability. Guys, thanks for the time.
You got it.
Thanks.
Hi guys, for Nick, after not playing last game, just how did it feel to get back in the lineup and score a goal?
Yeah, it feels good. Obviously, every time I'm in the lineup, I just want to contribute in any way I can. And that one obviously feels good.
Next question tonight comes from Justin Emerson, the Las Vegas Sun.
Jonathan, you guys have lost the last couple. You haven't been scoring a ton of goals. So how good was it to feel not just to win tonight, but to kind of explode for 6 goals as well?
Yeah, it was a good feeling. Obviously, past 3 games were kind of disappointed on the offensive side, and all 4 lines contributed tonight, and a couple of these making good plays and good shots there back there, and it's a good team win.
Next question for Nick and John goes to Brian Blessing, Vegas Hockey Hotline.
Jonathan, is that a lunch pail kind of effort, north-south game, go to the net, gets the shots through, good things happen, even you're at the side of the net, get it on net, good things happen.
Yeah, I think it was really good tonight, honestly. Our D were finding lanes towards the net, and we had a lot of bodies in front of the goalie there, and we got a couple of good bounces there, and if we do that every game, I think it should be a positive for the rest of the way.
We'll hold a moment if there's any final questions for Nicholas Haig or Jonathan Marchessault. Go to David Shane, Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hi, John. Can you talk specifically about Tomáš Nosek and his effort tonight? Just getting to the net for the first goal, taking a puck to the face, coming back. It seemed to kind of maybe epitomize your guys' effort tonight.
Yeah, I mean that tonight. Well, not just tonight. I think Nosey has been unbelievable all season. Honestly, he's stepped up his game. He's been really good offensively, and he's still as reliable defensively as he was before. And he's really a big asset for a team. He's been playing bigger minutes there, and he responded well with offensive production. And obviously tonight, the first 5 were not her best first 5 minutes of a game, but I mean, he came, he got gritty, he got in front of the net, and it was a good shot from Holdy there, and he got a good tip in, and he got us going. So honestly, his game has been really good everywhere, and he's been unbelievable for us this season, and he should have more recognition.
We'll go to Danny Webster with NHL.com.
Hey, Nick, obviously it was good for you guys to get that separation in the second period, but can you just expand on how important those saves were from Robin in the first period to keep you guys ahead going into the second?
Yeah, he was awesome tonight. Like March was saying, it's probably not the ideal way we wanted to start that game, but he kept us right in it from the start, which is always a good feeling. We, on the bench can kind of rally behind that, and he kept it close there in the first 5-10 minutes, and then and then we really started to take off and took over a little bit. So that was great to see.
Take 2 final questions here for Nicholas Haig, Jonathan Marchessault. Next, we'll go back to Justin Emerson, Las Vegas Sun.
Hey, Nick, it seems like all season it's kind of been an emphasis of the forwards to get to the net, create traffic in front, take away the goalie's eyes, that kind of thing. How helpful is it for you as defensemen when they're doing that? It seemed like there were a couple of goals screens tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's if the goalie sees those shots that we're taking, from the blue line, it's they're likely not going to go in. So for the forwards to get there, it's whether it's a screen and it goes in, or if they get a tip on it, or bounce on a second chance, that's a great way for us to create offense as a team. And I think you saw that tonight, with the tip in with Marty shot from the point, mine shot from the point. And when we have guys at the net, I think it's just a recipe for success and good things happen.
Final question for these two will come from Ben Goetz, Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hey, Nick, we talk a lot about, forwards getting all 4 lines rolling. You guys got contributions from all 3 defensive pairs tonight. So what's the feeling like on the bench when, all 3 units are creating dangerous chances?
Yeah, that's when we're at our best, when everyone's pitching in and contributing. I think that's what happened tonight. So feels good. I thought we played an overall good game tonight.
Guys, thanks for doing this.
Pete, so much of the message coming into this game was to get pucks and bodies to the net, bear down on chances. How much did the group really have that message resonate with them to deliver this win?
Yeah, well, we needed to score some goals. I think after the last couple games, there was some frustration, and we wanted to get rewarded for going to those areas. And I think it was a perfect game for that, especially the first couple goals, screens in front, tips. So that's got to become part of our DNA every night as a team, especially this time of year.
Next, we'll go to Ben Goetz, Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Pete. You had 2 goals from Alec Martinez tonight, 1 from Nick Hague. I guess just what's the feeling like on the bench when all 3 defensive pairs, not just your forward lines, are generating looks and offense?
Yeah. Well, usually that for me is an indicator of how our offensive game is going, because typically those defensemen aren't scoring off the rush. It's off ozone play, which means that we're in the other team's end and we're controlling the puck and we're putting pressure on them offensively. In more of that half court game. So I like. Defensemen and creating offense for us is a big part of our game. And, it is on the rush too, but it's nice when those guys get on the board in the offensive zone like that.
Next question tonight goes to Justin Emerson with the Las Vegas Sun.
Justin.
Hey, Pete, when you're losing a couple of games at home, puck's not going in the net, is there something to be said about just kind of getting on the road and allowing your group to kind of mentally reset?
For sure. I think we had a good meeting today. We just talked about relaxing a little bit. There's 20 games left. We're in a good spot, and we just need to keep the good things that we're doing and and fix some of the things that we weren't doing real well. So I thought the group came out real committed tonight, and we got rewarded for that.
Time for a few more tonight with Pete DeBoer. Next question comes from David Shane, Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hi, David.
Hi, Pete. A couple of the guys mentioned that maybe that wasn't the best first 5 minutes, but how big was Robin and some of the early saves that he made, just kind of setting you guys up for what eventually happened?
Yeah, it's a good point. We weren't great in the first probably 10 minutes. I thought we gave them a lot of room, a lot of rush. They had us on our heels, pretty consistently for the first 7 or 8 shifts of the game. So yeah, we needed a couple big saves early from him, and he was real solid, I thought, for all 60 minutes for us.
Time for 2 final questions tonight. Next we go to Danny Webster, NHL.com.
Hi, Danny.
Hey, Pete, kind of bouncing off of that, more specifically, since Robin's come back, can you kind of expand on the boost he's given the group since he's gotten back into the lineup? I think 4-0-1 since he's gotten back.
Well, we needed him back. We relied on Flower for a real run there of 17, 18 games. And, we talked at the beginning of the year, we were going to need 2 goalies. You look around the league, the teams that are having success all have 2 goalies going. So it was nice to have him back. It was nice to have him back energized. And, he's come back. The work he put in to get back, I think, has really set him up for success, because he practiced really well and, came back and I think has looked as good as he's ever looked here recently.
Final question today comes from Brian Blessing with the Vegas Hockey Hotline.
Brian.
Hey, Pete, basically back to getting shots through and going to the net. The other team obviously has something to say about that, but is this the kind of effort you get the video crew and you start slicing this up and put it on a loop and show it to the guys over and over? I mean, they know you got to go to the net. They know the drill, but are these the kind of things that you can reinforce down the road?
For sure. I mean, we'll show it to them, but I think the best motivation for doing it is, the points. You walk out of tonight with a goal or a couple points or a goal and an assist. That's always the best motivator. So I think we don't need a lot more than that. It was great to get rewarded for doing it.
Thanks, Pete.
Thank you.
That'll conclude the team's post-game media availability. Fuller court